Hello and welcome to another quick tutorial with your instructional technology specialist, Leslie Johnson. So today we're going to take a look at Wakelet. Wakelet is kind of like the Pinterest of education, if you will. So you're able to share links and videos and just rich media with people. This can be through a newsletter, it can be a lesson plan, it can be just a collection of resources that you're wanting to share. So let's go ahead and get started. You see here, you can sign up, it's free. You can also sign up here or log in. I'm going to go ahead and click sign up, and it is a single sign on. So I can continue with my Google account. And we are being the STMS student today. So I'll go ahead and click on that account, and it's going to ask for your date of birth. I'll just say January 1st, 2000. Why not? And create this fictitious account. Now from here, it's going to ask a few more questions and tell us a little bit about Wakelet. It's got its little promotional plug as well. We're going to go ahead and get started. You can change your username. So STMS student is still available. I'm going to go ahead and click next. I'm a student in middle school. You, of course, would probably choose whatever suits your needs. And then they're asking, okay, what prompted you to sign up for Wakelet today? One of my teachers, right? So we'll click next and get rid of this because yes, we know they're using cookies. All right, and it's really encouraging us to create this new collection. So let's go ahead and get started with our new collection. The first thing you want to do is add a cover image. You can upload an image or choose from their library. So they do have free photos from Unsplash if you want to search for a specific thing, and I usually search for star. You should know that by now. I'm going to go ahead and click that first option, and then that populates as my cover image. Now I can use this full cover image. I kind of like the half cover because it makes it a little smaller, or you could, hide your cover image if that's what you wanted to do. It's just however you would like to do that. You can always edit your cover image by repositioning, or you can remove it if you're like, whoa, I do not like that. So the next thing we need is a title, and all you do is click, and that's what puts the cursor there. So this is my playing around because that's what I do. Oops, not a very good typer today. And you can write a description for your collection. This is an example Wakelet. And then it's going to tell you, let's add some content. So when I click this plus button, I can paste any web address I would like. I can add text, I can add an image, I can add bookmarks that I have, I can upload a PDF or more apps. I can do tweets, Flipgrid videos, YouTube videos, anything from Google Drive, anything from OneDrive. So let's just go back to, I like this choice board Wakelet. I'm going to copy that link and paste it here. I didn't even hit anything. I just pasted and it already adds it. Now Wakelet's telling me when you're finished, make sure that you click done so the world can see it. Okay, I've got it. Thanks, Wakelet. So there is my first resource. I'm going to go ahead and close that as well. So if we want to keep adding resources, we click that plus button, come back over here. Let's use the virtual meetings one. So I'm going to highlight that link. You can right click to copy or Control C to copy. That's how I'm doing it so fast, is all those keyboard shortcuts. Right click, paste, or you can do Control V, and that's all I do. And now that resource is pasted as well. Now, when we're doing text, you just click on that, and that's going to create this text box that looks pretty familiar. So we have bold, italics, underline. You can do like heading 1, heading 2. So obviously heading 1 is bigger than heading 2. You can do a bulleted list. Then we have our alignment left, center, right, or you can add another link. So let's go ahead and type in a big old howdy. We'll make that centered and we'll do heading 1. Yeah, heading 1. Click done, and that text is there. Now, as we hover on the side, we see that we can move it to the top. We can move it up one, we can move it down, we can move it to the bottom. And I want this howdy to go to the top. Now we saw in those other boards different layouts. So when we click this change layout, right now it's in that media layout. So it's kind of that chronological resource by resource. We can do the compact view, which makes everything just a little smaller. And then you'll see your choice board here, virtual meetings. So it depends if you want to save space. Grid view is that side by side. So we have this howdy next to our choice board. And of course, the mood board is just this huge, we've got all this space to move these resources around. And then when you have this option for easy reorder mode, you can turn that on and off, but apparently not in the mood board. Let's see if we can do it in media view. Yep, turn it on. And then I can say, actually, I want my virtual meetings before, and then you just drag and drop. So not too difficult when we only have 3 resources, but if you have an extensive Wakelet, that might be a very helpful tool. So that's really the basics of Wakelet. You see that plus button. I can add something above the howdy if I wanted to, or I can just, X, no, I don't want to. I don't want to do that. So it's pretty intuitive and pretty easy to use. So let's take a look at the toolbar at the top. The first thing is the setting cog. So if I want to add a background image, I can click that. And again, I can upload an image or I can choose from the library like we did before. So if I want a different star image, I can choose that. Let's do that one. You just click it and then wait, and it just does the work for you. So Wakelet is very much like a hyperdoc, but it looks more appealing because it doesn't have that white background. Now we have this beautiful picture in the background as we're scrolling through the different resources. We can also share this collection, so we can allow others to duplicate your collection. You can turn that on or off. You can have collaboration, so you can have your contributors editing items. You can allow them to edit and delete. You can turn that on or off. And of course, you can delete the entire collection, which we're not going to do yet. So the next button is this invite button. So we can use a link or a QR code or just even a code. So if you've been given a code, we saw that at the beginning that you can add that in. You can also do username or email. So if we wanted Leslie Johnson from Gadsden to be a contributor, we get her email there and then click send. So that invitation has been sent off. The other thing is the manage contributors. So now that she is there, we can actually delete. If we don't want her there, we can remove her. And then STMS student is the sole owner of this collection. The next item is just that changes saved. That's going to continue to change as you work in your Wakelet. The next is the private, public, unlisted. You choose what works best for you. I really like the unlisted so that only people with the link can see the collection. But if you want it to be searchable by the public, you can always change that. And then when you're ready, you click done and it populates what your Wakelet looks like to anyone who's looking. So Wakelet's kind of fun. You can react to people's Wakelets, giving them 100, like I'm shocked, a blue heart, thumbs up, applause. The next button is the sharing. So when you click share, you can share it on Google Classroom. You can share it as a tweet. You can share it on Facebook. There's just a lot of different ways to do it. In the 3 dots, you can see the analytics. You can move your collection, change the visibility, or delete again. And our invite has now moved since we're done editing. If you wanted to click that edit button to continue working on this collection, that's where you would click. Otherwise, let's look up here. If we wanted to find a Wakelet collection, We could type in a search term like digital learning, and then we're going to find the different Wakelets related to digital learning, probably titled digital learning in most cases. And you'll see what collections have. I mean, this one has 154 items. Do I want to look at the one that has 4 items? Do you want to find creations by specific people? Like here's Thomas Acker. All right, let's take a look at, and I clicked on his profile so I can see what he has created. And if I wanted to, I can follow or I can share that information with others. Now, if you want to get back to my Wakelet, I just click on this Wakelet up here, and that's going to take me back to my home. If you click on the Explore button, you're going to see the top picks from Wakelet of the different collections that are available. So there's a collection of quotations, there's commencement speeches. I mean, it's just a really cool place to look for some inspiration. When you click that home button, that takes you back to your Wakelets. So we only have our one collection here that's playing around. We have 3 bookmarks just from the resources that we have added and created. We don't have any group collections, but we can change that anytime, right? Next is if you click that S, that's going to show your profile. It should show your profile. Next is the bell. That's just for notifications and things. And then you have the 3 dots. So if you want to view your public profile, view your spaces, view your account settings, or switch accounts, that's all there. Now let's talk about this view spaces. We didn't talk about that yet. That's over here on the left side. You can create or join a space. So when you click that, it's going to tell you all about it. You can get organized by creating these separate spaces for a subject or topic, and you can move collections between spaces at any time. So next it tells you can collaborate. So you can actually create a space for your PLC, or if you have a specific topic that you want to work on with people. And you can showcase your spaces. So each space comes with its own profile. You can publish and share with others. So when you click Let's Go, you can start creating that space. So you give it a name, you can give it an image, or if you've been invited to a space, you can join that space there. So that is the basics of Wakelet. There's a lot to it, but it's pretty user friendly. And I hope you feel more confident to just kind of click around and play around with it. I've seen some beautiful collections to create portfolios, newsletters, lesson plans. I mean, the sky is the limit. This would be great for your students to kind of curate resources together to share for, I mean, even end of the year stuff. So really, now you have another platform. This is completely free. As far as I know, there are 0 limits on Wakelet at this time. So, I mean, explore and have lots of fun with it. If you have any other questions or video suggestions, please let me know. And thanks so much for watching.